Good morning, everyone. Is everyone still here with me? Here, guys, give me a clap again. So, as the last speaker today, I could say I sell the best for last. Or maybe I just here to give you one final and unforgettable thoughts about becoming your best self. And again, I'm Vicky from AP11s. So, I think it's only fair to share a bit about myself, who I am, that I believe to stand here to share you the ways to grow. But instead of give you a whole story about my life, I'll give you a bit more personal, about the versions that I wasn't proud of, that the versions that I worked to change. So, I would think that the more specific questions was, who is Vicky? So, I would say with you that Vicky used to be a little kid that we described by a really beautiful word that all the adults liked. I would say it's like easygoing, respectful, obedient, perfect. Or let I see, how to make us more specific. I would say in the Vietnamese, adults usually use the word ngoan. Yes, that's the word. So, you might wonder, why? This word seems really positive. It's a beautiful word. Why I choose to describe it as my worst self? And not because that I'm grown to more better versions now. It's just those words is compliments by the adults, how they're reflecting, how they see me, not how really I felt about myself. Let I think what the more truly word I could choose to let you know how I felt. I will say that silence. So, silence, because it's not me. And why? Let's hear this. The children, when go into the arguments, and she decided to say silence. That children we will praise as easygoing. Or a kid who blindly follows the adult teachers that opinions or that instructions might be false or there are better options. That kid will be called obedience, they will call respectful, or even perfect. But like I told you, those words are not compliments. They are a trap. They make the kid into some perfect kid, and no one wants to mean that because those create the silence. The kid like me at that time, I really scared to say something because what if I lost the approval? What my words were disappointing to the others? And at that moment, I feel like everything is okay because I've been growing in that. I accepted the silence to be called perfect until the day when I look back at my dream. My dream is not silent kid, not perfect kid. My dream is to raise up my voice. I want to prove myself into the world. I want to cause some impact. I want to grow in this world. But all the time, I say silence. Until now, when I look back, I see that silence was the word. It locked me from my dream. Because after all, no voice means no message. No message means no impact. But I'm here now, on the tech estate. I will say with you that silence no longer defines me. And I will break through it. So, I'm here just not to call you about my story, my life, how I impact it. I'm here for calling for actions. And welcome. This is the Echo of Courage, why your voice matters. I'm here to not only raise my voice, I want to hear of your story. I want to hear voice over. I want to everyone give their opinion to change in this world. But firstly, let's mention why. Some research that I have to do about silence around this world. By CLOUP by 2019, surveys that 85% of employees hesitate to speak up in a company even when they have the good idea to fix the problems. And let's see what this costs. By a crucial learnings, it costs the companies around $7,500 and 7 work days per incident about miscommunications or poor communications in the room of employee. This is not just like, oh, I don't speak up, it's okay, I just lost my opportunities. No, it costs money and time. Next, into students. About 70% of students hesitate to speak up when there are problems in school because they're scared of judgment. Let's hear to more emergencies case in healthcare. About 60 to 70% of incidents in healthcare settings is about the non-speak up of the patients or miscommunicate of the patients and the health takers. So some of these risks may be like small crucial errors, or it could be life-threatening ones. Could you see all of this number are really high? And those silence not just create overnight, it create by culture. Just look at the number, how much students they didn't want to speak up. And this student will grow up to those patients in the healthcare setting or the employees. We don't want that. I don't want the world full of silence and everyone just looking eye to eye and guess what your head thinking. No, that's not the world I want to create. And have you ever experienced that? The silence. I mean, when you got a feedback, a bad one, and all you do is shut down. We're not fighting back. We are taught to be, okay, if you get a bad feedback, anyone attack you with hurtful words, just let it pass through. But another way, that hurtful words stay in you and no one knows. Or did you feel the heavy of the unanswered word when you say some things and no one ever answer? You just feel isolated with silence in the room full of people. That feels scary. That feels disconnected. And have you ever wondered why? Why those numbers so high? Why the experiments are over? Why we ever do that in the first place? It's because we've been taught by that. Like I have said, those silence not formed overnight. It formed for the cultures. We learn to be safe silence. Have you ever heard this quote? Silence is golden. Wow. But after all the research I have to do, the opportunity we lost, the money we have wasted, the time we have passed through, I can't help to wonder, is silence really golden? But we have more tired of the statement that hold we back. What if you wrong? I think this appears on everyone's head. That's why we shine. That's why we never show up. But you know, like I say, my dream be captured. I waste my time and I feel isolated. And what if I say with you, what if silence is the wrongest thing that you could do? I will say to you that silence killing us. It's killing our soul, this war. And I hear, like I say, I calling for actions. I calling for speak up. And why? Why I need your voice? Why not only my voice or some influencers is enough? Because I believe the amazing world needs to act up by every amazing individual. We need all the ideas of different peoples. What if you could think like, oh, I have some random idea, but it's not good enough. Do you sure about that? I could share with you in some other heads, they have nothing. So I'm really happy to hear every individual's ideas that, who knows, your idea will improve this world one day. Because this world will struggle, bullying, pollution, and more than that. This world needs you, really needs your voice. So what we should do. Because, let's hear me out. I find this really impressive quote. Our lives begin to end the days we become silent about things that matter. So, I don't want my life, our life, this earth life, end today. So that's why I'm standing here. I love this word so much, guys. I will tell you that. Because I'm growing, and I want to see my world growing every day. I want to see my skies, this world, and every happiness. That's the word that I always craving to, and I will ask for that. And what should we do? I will not tell you step by step how we should stand up, take your courage, but I will give you the examples about really impressive activities that I have shared. #MeToo. I didn't know. Did anyone have ever heard about this hashtag? So, I will explain with you a little. This hashtag talk about harassment, mostly. This really different topics, but this hashtag, you know how much it affects on first 24 hours? There's over 500,000 comments and hashtags have been posted on Twitter or just first 24 hours. And for the first day, there are around 2,000 posts. And those will give you really impressive number that you haven't ever heard about. Did you know that 81% of women in US and 43% of men with women harassment? And did you know that 76% of employees who have raised up the problem of harassment, we have negative in their employees? There could be demotions or even firing. Those hashtags give you impressive number of things we could ever imagine before. But what it did do, I will tell you. This started in the US, and then it have globals more. It have in French and China too. They have give more law to protect women or stop the harassment actions. Also, they have created a fund and at about $24 million to help for survivors of harassment. Those are impressive. It's just about post about your experiments with a hashtag, and it sells a lot. And it will be more impressive if we all raise up our voice. I really love to hear your story, your experiment. It could be happy, it could be, yay, today I got the prize. It could be, oh no, today I feel bad. Every story is mattered. I want to hear your problems to fix it. I want to hear your pride to make it to everyone's. I love your voice and I'm craving to hearing it. So I will leave you with one last question to summarize all of what the thing I have said. What kind of world would we create if we all speak up? Not for approvals, but for impact. The answer is for your head, and I'm waiting for it. So thank you a lot.